Hello, Maria here, Fourth Dimension. Doing a collective reading. This is crazy. I felt it on my heart to do this. Hello, by the way. If you are just joining me and you are new to my channel, I'm an intuitive reader. And I connect with energy. So if this is something that you're interested in, whether it be a personal reading or you're looking for, I guess, insight, direction, feel free to hit that like button, subscribe. Even if you are subscribed, make sure you're subscribed, because several of my viewers and my partners, my friends have said, hey, I was unsubscribed. I've been following you for years. If you hype the video and comment hype, I will go into my content area and I will pick a few individuals for a free reading. My gift to you for December. Money's tight, we know this. Wow. Immediately, first card out, turned. Could be burnt. It's party animal, sex, drugs, alcohol, surface pleasures. Clarifying it is fast progress, moving forward with swift precision and do what must be done now. Inner peace. Find and maintain inner peace to enjoy tranquility and stability. I feel like whoever I'm reading for is on a pause. You are, I don't think this is even about one person. I think that one person ignited the going within. This pineapple, that might have a certain specific meaning for you. Safe word. You have a set of sunglasses on there. So somebody's really looking in to their behavior. People, it's almost like I'm not attracted to that lifestyle anymore. The things that it used to make me like have the butterflies or get excited or have some form of fireworks. This is not doing it. Somebody's kind of repulsed by this because they're making fast progress to find inner peace. The things that I used to chase for validation or approval or excitement, or it's almost like somebody's awakened to the fact that that's toxic, which is great. That kind of lifestyle is toxic. There's no, it's cycle after cycle after cycle. But I feel like the person that maybe you or your person, whoever energy, somebody's holding on to you. Four of Wands. Somebody wants to hold on to you and possibly come back stating they've improved, stating they're doing the work. Evidence will be revealed. You're going to know. I would seriously take this slow. This is a lot of passion. There's no doubt this is passionate. But love is more than just saying, I love you. The sense of control is really hitting me. So somebody's trying to get you back or trying to get you back into a space that made them feel secure. But they're not, I don't know. I can't say they're not doing the work. I just don't know if it's as deep as you're doing. This is what it feels like. You're at peace. You're finding inner peace. You're being unbothered. Hurt. I'm not saying it didn't hurt. I'm saying, though, that's part of the reason you elevated. That's part of the reason if you went within and finding out what you want. Making a decision. Two of Wands to the Three of Wands to the Queen of Pentacles. So somebody has some money. Let's keep it real. Stability, nurturing, kind. It could be you. This could be your energy. You don't need anybody. The Queen of Pentacles is the pre-empress. She pretty much is self-evolving, protective, nurturing, kind, loving, with a decision and strategy to move forward. And that might be your energy with this King of Swords. You hear that in the background. Anything that happens during reading is part of the reading. So somebody might be coming in fast to try to reconcile with you. King of Swords is somebody with a strategy. They're usually head over heart, or this could be your energy trying to make a decision logically over listening to maybe what your heart says. You love this person, etc., etc., etc. But maybe this is somebody that you shouldn't. Feels like I'm on the fence. I'm riding a razor blade. Queen of Cups. That's how they see you. There might be two people in this reading. Judgment. Somebody might be discerning over somebody who has money and wealth and status over somebody who's compassionate, loving, and kind. 3 of Cups. And this is somebody who wants a reunion with you. Might be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Gemini. Lots of Virgo in this reading. A lot of strategy. The Virgos are extremely strategic. And they will... They can be impulsive and they can be passionate. But this is somebody who I feel is trying to make a wise decision on trust. This is about trust. Tell me more about the reader, the viewer. What can I say? Somebody's rushing in. This King of Pentacles with the Ace of Cups after going within. That's what they're sitting on. They're sitting on reviewing. They feel like you're moving forward and they're leaving. I don't have an 8 of Cups. That's the feeling I have, is going in within. And what brought them peace. And it feels like your relationship with this person has brought them an idea. It also feels very much like introspective work, self-love, inner peace, inner joy, inner awareness, growing up. Somebody's growing up to this understanding of what relationships mean. Sorry, I get a commercial once in a while. The other, and I just love jazz off YouTube. Someone's going to take an impulsive, fearless action to say, F it, and just go for it. And I feel like if this isn't a human in this person's energy or your energy, this is about you doing something that ignites your passion, that you feel creative, and it feels very much charging forward for a better life. It's after introspective work, truth-seeking, being alone and independent. I think that's the key. Is, you know, somebody might have tied, I just keep getting the same message, old school. This is old school info. Somebody might have sought codependency as a sign of commitment. So if you didn't chase me, or you didn't fight for me, or you didn't create some kind of chaos, then you didn't really care. You didn't really love. You didn't, you know, but that's not what this is about. This is about genuine, who are you? How do you show up for people? That's what I think you're experiencing. And the people that you showed up for seem to be, if not you, again, I don't know who this is in your energy, but I feel like I'm reading for you. The people that you showed up for didn't show you or match your energy. You showed up, you were all in, you poured into these people's cups. And it feels like you couldn't pick up the phone and call any of them in the middle of the night if your car broke down. Several of them you couldn't because they were in another situation, or you didn't know if they were, but it felt like there wasn't a commitment here. So you were committed, you were all in. And I don't know why I'm reading, like I have no energy at all. This isn't, you know, this isn't about, this is, I feel everybody has experienced small vibrational awakenings to elevate their self-esteem, but this hit different. This was like an epiphany over a life review and strategizing. Should I stay? Should I go? Should I join forces? Maybe somebody rejected you and moved away and you have no idea why. Well, they're going to come and tell you why. If somebody was in a third party or felt like, I'm sorry, I'm going to just keep it real. Somebody's immature and let other people make decisions for them based on what they thought was happy. I've been reading about that, but it's been a while. But it feels like somebody's finally coming clean with influences in their family that you didn't match their energy, or you weren't a good fit, or whatever, and let these people influence you. Several of them lied about you. Well, that came to truth, that came to fruition. If not family, friends, somebody significant to this other person that they just listened to. And they got on the merry-go-round. This is life-changing. You have Wheel of Fortune happening. That's what this feels like for me to you. Whoever you are, you're sitting in a space of truth, what you know for fact. And it's like all the shenanigans of the people have lied about, conned, and you already are aware. The people I read for are highly intuitive, very sensitive individuals. and they can pick up on BS a mile away. They can smell a con. They know people's games. You might have even called somebody else out saying, this is how it's going to turn out. This is what I think you're doing. There are third parties you're entertaining, and you called this out. That's what I feel. You got the King of Swords to the 5 of Cups to the 10 of Wands in the reverse, which is kind of good. It feels like somebody feels like they're doing it all. It's like doing too much, did too much, created. They're very drama filled and very much, it doesn't mean that they're a male. It just means like the King of Swords is somebody's making a decision and have spoken their truth about, I feel, carrying the burdens, and that's what they're sad and they're like overstressed and burned out, and they regret the failure of not coming forward and taking that initiative with you to build on something. You might have been dealing with a Scorpio, any of the fire signs, heavy on Aries, could be a Libra too. Now, I know that's an air sign, but a fire sign is coming forward is Aries, heavy on the Aries, heavy on the Cancer. You also, you might be protecting yourself right now, kind of apathetic, but not negatively, just like, I'll see it when I see it. You're focusing on self. I feel like this departure of somebody who didn't see your value or worth is elevating you, bringing you opportunities, financial abundance, elevation in the job. Like, it's kind of domino effect. Ace of Wands. So somebody wants to come in the middle of your stride, like you are a racehorse rushing forward, moving forward in opportunities. People want to partner with you. This is very good energy. And this Ace of Wands is somebody has a brand new passion. Either I feel like you might have a choice here with the Two of Wands too, is you might have an opportunity to leave the past behind as well as move forward, or entertain the past as they're saying they're elevating. Ace of Wands to the happiness. Somebody was super missed the target with you. Definitely, it could be a water sign, Pisces now showing up, but this is somebody who wants to re-engage due to the fact that they, 3 of Swords themselves over the fact that they didn't choose you initially. Feels like ghosted, didn't give, like, it maybe they were in communication, but it went from heavy love bombing to gaslighting to breadcrumbing, like in that line. So somebody, I feel, didn't want, I feel kind of like this is an avoidant who's afraid of commitment based on their own stuff, and that they can't step into your world because you are way ahead of them. They made you feel you were less than them, but I feel this space of time of your introspective work and focusing on self, several months, I feel, maybe a year, it feels like a while. You've been alone in contemplation, doing the work, elevating, tightening your relationship with the divine, moving forward, and now somebody wants to come back, but they feel like they're in the same space you left them, or they left you. You are elevating, and this person now wants to come forward. I feel like somebody wants to come forward because they recognize your wish fulfillment. You were the wish. You might have prayed. You might have prayed for reconciliation, but I feel this last prayer, like you might have just been sitting there watching TV and in a commercial break, or saw somebody that looked like a happy couple. I don't know. It's like you just mindlessly prayed, I want that. I want a relationship like them. I want to have a ride or die that is super committed and passionate, and you can feel it to your toes that this person is all in it for you. You're not an option. Nobody questions their love for you. Everybody knows you are on public display, that you were chosen, but it was equally, you both chose each other. That's this energy. Well, guess what? This is what this energy is coming through as, but it doesn't tell me which person or sign that this is happening in. I don't even know if it's either if this past or this person. Somebody's in reflection. I feel like they're looking at all the things as like, it's like the bubble being burst. I read that in a reading just a few days ago. It's like the bubble being burst, that I've been investing in an illusion. It feels very much like somebody may be dreaming about you, having very vivid dreams about your progression with somebody else, and that might trigger them rushing in because they see you happy and content in somebody else's life. They want to be victorious, but they're full up in their head about how you're going to accept this. Feels like a Gemini and a Leo. So now you have individuals, pretty much, it's 6 and 8, right? These are two different energies. There's a little bit of regret that, and no, not a little, a lot of regret. The Gemini feels like somebody you had an extremely spiritual tie to, but it was imbalanced. And this person is feeling like they're stuck in this ego. And the Leo wants to be courageous and move forward. And if it's not another person, it's your energy. And it's somebody coming in to give you props, flowers, kudos, awareness. You have a lot of opportunities. They know you do. A lot of options are going through. But the 7 of Cups, more for me, as this spiritual reader, feels like you have to go back and look 7 of Pentacles to the 7 of Cups, which is in the same defining spread, is that somebody's reviewing all the cups, and some of them very toxic. Snakes were in there, poison. You know, this is party lifestyle choices. It's searching for purpose, looking in and saying, where does my future self want to be 20, 30 years from now? Who do I want to be with? What opportunity? And I don't even think it's about the past, because I think this is gone. You're looking at, who do I want to be in 20, 30 years? How do I want to live this life? Because I only have X amount of time left. How do I want to spend it? Where do I see myself? That's what you're manifesting. You're manifesting a equal give and take relationship, ride or die, with somebody who is spiritually yoked. I'm going to say that. Got your back and your front. Got you. Will pick you up. In fact, would be offended if you don't call them at 2 o'clock in the morning saying, come pick me up on the side of the road. My front is broke, or my axle fell off, or whatever this energy feels like. It's I'm in need. And right now, I think you're trying to evaluate, if not you, your person is trying to evaluate who are the ride or dies in their life. And ironically, several of those members are going to switch up on them, because I don't feel like this individual, they trusted the wrong energies. Like, you have a rat in this cup, a snake in this cup, somebody super vain, and they're just all about glory and pomp. Another person is totally like wanting to marry you, wedding bells. You got a snake here, and then over here, right here, I'm gonna show you this one. That's a castle. That's a castle. Somebody wants to build with you. But you got a lot of power. I love this one. This one's great. You got somebody who's acting like Caesar, who's the king. You know, don't look at the nails. But there's a skull on that cup. So somebody, it feels like very much in authority, wanting to stay in authority. That's what you're evaluating. You're researching each one of these relationships and who they are to you, what they bring to you. Could be family as well. You're evaluating everything. But this is also, when you search for a purpose, you're trying to discern the purpose of yourself in the world, your spiritual gifts, how you can be of an influence, which I think you're going to be a heavy influence. You might be a Scorpio, you might be a Cancer, you might be, oh my, I also get Taurus in here as well. Even though it's a water card, it's heavy, or it's a, you know, it's heavy introspective work. This is not the reading I expected today. I keep getting interrupted, like distracted with commercials. I'm sorry. So that might be your life. Somebody's trying to come in and distract you from your goal. Hierophant to the Tower in reverse. Somebody is really reluctant. They're looking back in that 7 of Cups and going through a personal transformation, which is the Tower in reverse. They're having a complete awakening about their fear of change, and their fear of commitment, and their fear of lack of forgiveness. Geez, you know, this is somebody who's restless. They can't find peace. They're looking for peace. This is the future goals. They're going to find it, inner peace, but it's coming. We're in the rocky boat. I always say, stay in your canoe. Somebody's in their canoe, but there's a storm brewing around them. And it's for their best and highest good, because I think this person has invested in so many people that are falling from the tower. It's sickening. And it comes in about collapse and suffering, but it's supposed to be this way because it gets down to the brass tacks and the foundational belief system of this person. Either you're in or you're not. Either you're on or you're not. What do you want? And this person, I think, has always sat and been okay with people that came towards them, and they would assume that's what God's will was. But in reality, I feel that's a little bit of truth, but there's another energy at work, and they're going to come and knock on your door as well. That's what I feel like this person's trying to discern. What is toxic? Change and options. Three of Swords. What brought them heartbreak? What brought them illusional traps? Your person or this person, it feels like a Libra. There are past injuries. This Three of Swords is repeating cycles over and over, gaining affection, attention, validation, commitment from empty cups, and repeating cycles with individuals. It feels very much like it started a long time before they started dating, but this actually feels like marriage failing, feeling guilt and shame, and then consistent repetitive behavior that brings them the Three of Swords. It consistently broke their own heart, but they don't know another way because the thing they ran to bring them peace actually created problems in the long run. I don't think this person put a connection to that up until like maybe today. So somebody might find that the pill is actually creating more problems than the relief or the drink or whatever their thing. It feels multi. So this person might have multi solutions, we'll say, to that create more problems. Somebody sitting in a heavy level depression, heavy level. I have Justice here to the King of Wands, to the Ten of Swords, to the King of Cups. You're coming into emotional balance. And I also feel it's relieving yourself, overcoming, not relieving, overcoming. I don't think you're ignoring and in denial about all this in the past. It's coming to the big picture, seeing it from the 360,000 view, from a bird's eye view of where you want to be 8-10 years from now, what partnerships, what kind of abundance you want to bring in, and you're overcoming challenge like left and right. And I also am reading for somebody who's very career focused, money driven. Nothing wrong with that. This is about security, not lust. Not lust. Well, it might be for you, but it feels to me like you've had some imbalance and you have to repair that, or you're trying to get a firm foundation on your next chapter. You had a painful ending, but it puts you in alignment with compassion, control, balance, empathy. Like I said, you might have been dealing with the Aries, Leo, Sag. You might be, for one or two folks, this might be a same-sex relationship. Somebody's strategizing to make their next steps, to their Ten of Pentacles. Can't make this up. I feel like this is justice. This is equality, balance, cause and effect, law of cause and effect. You might have been dealing with somebody in the court system. You might have been dealing with an imbalance in the workplace. You might, people saying, doing too much for sure. It feels like imbalance of work for sure. And then this is also reconciliation of the universe, not of people. This feels the balance. It's like I always say, the universe is coming in to clean up, sweep up after the party and putting everything back to where it was or where it's supposed to be. That's what's going on. It feels to me like it's finally happening. And I have Gemini sitting in this Ten of Swords, painful endings, 10 and 11. 10, 11 might be a spiritual number you're focusing on, or 01, which is the Fool to the next chapter. Scorpio is thinking heavily about you, or this person is reminiscing, wanting to bring you this Knight of Cups, this beautiful opportunity that follows their heart. It could be a proposal. I also feel like if this is a work situation, you're listening to your creative side and making decisions about next chapters. That's what this feels like. And there's a huge awakening. Page of Cups to the Nine of Wands. It takes a lot of courage for this person to come forward, or courage for you to leave a secure position. Regardless how toxic it is, you're considering leaving it and joining forces with somebody else. Could be a fire sign to create a better product, a better situation, it's like a 180 from what you normally did. Another interruption. I've never gotten this many commercials in a reading ever. So this feels very much like somebody's trying to get you off track or keep you stuck in a situation. That's what almost fell on the floor. You have to make a decision over this do I stay? Do I go? Do I keep investing in? It's like the devil I know that I can manage and I can live with, or do I pursue a passion even though I don't know the outcome at all? Like I have no idea if this is an illusion or if this is fact or crap. Last few cards, please. Let's wrap this up. Judgment. I just said all that. Nine of Wands. Nine of Swords. Somebody's up in their head overthinking this thing to death. You want a sign. You've been praying to God, I feel, for a sign. Should I stay? Should I go? Should I act on this? Should I go? Do this. You need to do this. This is part of your timeline. I'm not telling you what to do, but this is what the cards are saying. Why are you afraid? Why are you afraid? I feel, spiritually handheld by the divine to walk on a comfortable path for a reason. You're not supposed to sit in comfort and isolation and solitude, thinking and overthinking. Oh my God, overthinking. Nine of Swords, overthinking. If this is not you, this is your person who's going to come and approach you to have a conversation. Nine of Swords, Nine of Wands, you're almost through the end of it. That one action that you need to take, the one thing that you're afraid of doing, that difficult decision of comfort, staying in comfort, or leading in faith. I keep hearing faith over fear. I also hear faith without works is dead. Dead faith. It doesn't matter if you have faith if you didn't take the risk, shoot the shot, hit the target every single time. Whatever this is, whatever this leap is, I feel like you might be joining arm in arm in a financial opportunity, because if you're just playing with stocks or playing with investments, you might have hit the target a couple of times and gotten some wealth or received some abundance. If that's you, then somebody wants to partner with you and it's going to be highly successful. I don't understand what that's about, but somebody's holding on to past resentment, or they're afraid you are. They're afraid you are carrying some kind of Queen of Swords energy. And the crazy thing is, if this is you watching me and you are even a smidge attracted to this energy about, like, I'm not a reader that's saying F them and cut them by the, like get even. That's not me. Find somebody else. That's old stuff. Passive aggressive, petty, get even shit. This is about becoming, like, unpacking all the things that have happened in your history, in your life, in your family, and all the experiences that brought you pain, to understand you. And not change the environment, change you. But here's the crazy thing. You have to change you to change your environment. So if you are trying to manifest and you're living in some situation that it's the same thing, it's it's Groundhog Day every day. You got to get up, make the donuts, and you go to a job you hate with people you can't stand, with people that are pulling on your shirt. Like, you have a lot of entertainment around you for sure. There's a lot of people that like you, think you're very creative, think you're very intuitive, think you're very highly sought after for counseling, advice, and you're in your canoe fully on. You are wise beyond years. You're highly intuitive. I cannot say that enough. You're going to get some gifts, I feel, that right now, maybe, I think through this awakening you're going through, this last painful episode of you closing down all the nonsense in the past has possibly enlightened you and given you some spiritual gifts to see the future. You're a seer. I think I'm reading for a seer. A very powerful seer, believe you. You're sitting in judgment, and that's the thing, is you're trying to use 3D enlightenment to take a 5D walk. That's what this is. It's walking in faith about something unseen. You're going to be extremely happy, because I think the burdens that you've been carrying aren't yours to carry. Somebody's like put financial expectations on you. You're stuck in a situation you don't want to be in. You're going and doing a grind, but you're in a position that you can't leave because of the financial stuff that's all tied to you, blah, blah, blah. And I just feel like this is somebody who's unpacking all that. But the one relationship they want to come and explore is they want your forgiveness. They have a desire to amend this. This is genuine. And that's what they're up at night about. They can't sleep. High level of anxiety. I keep reading in the Nine of Swords is equivalent to when Jesus was sitting right before he was pulled by the Romans to go get crucified. And he asked God, if this is not for me, please let this cup pass me by. And that's the sense of energy, is high level. I screwed this up. I ripped up the golden ticket. There you go. Got clarification. right there. Validation. I'm home alone and my door is ringing as if somebody's walking by it. Nobody's ringing the doorbell. This feels to me, I feel like Spirit's calling you to a different level, a different path. You're getting downloads left and right, and swords are ideas, conceptions. It's timely. It's about, and I'm getting confirmation throughout my body that this is about unification and clarity and divine guidance and divine timing. Somebody's going to take action. Could be, again, an Aquarius, a Capricorn, heavy on the Capricorn. But Aquarius is CEO level. I'm not taking this lightly. I'm going to move on this. I'm going to be ambitious. I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to defend my beliefs in this conversation, but it's going to be for the positive. This person's going to rush in and stand on their 10 toes and say, listen, this is what I want to do. I love you. I want to build with you. I want to marry you, or whatever this opportunity is, because they ripped up the golden ticket and now they're going to come in. I also feel, believe it or not, you are going to be, it feels like Virgo energy as well, self-sufficient, abundant, luxury, lifestyle. Like the divine is picking you up from this. I'm just going to speak to myself. There was a time I rented a room, we'll use that, when I was 17, and I lived in South Dakota with some girlfriends, and they were renting an apartment. I needed a place to stay. I was couch surfing for a few years, and that's what you did when you're, 15 and on your own. You knew everything. So I was sleeping in a walk-in closet, true story. And it was almost like the minute I chose a different lifestyle, I immediately was picked up and removed from the situation and placed in abundance. Like, that's what this feels like. Somebody feel like the divine is presenting you with an opportunity, just like I said, taking you out of a current situation and moving you into a better one. The fear of the unknown is what may stop you from this. And I'm just telling you, F the fear, because I think that this is for your highest good, for your abundance. 10 of Pentacles. I didn't even know that card was there. 10 of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Brand new opportunity. Emperor. Some emperors coming in. It could be, again, another Aries. Could be any kind of fire sign. Or this is you moving in a different direction to start another job by an emperor, with an emperor, or you're becoming the emperor. It depends on you. This is a collective reading. It's kind of, when I do a collective, it's kind of like, it's not fuzzy, but it's not crystallized. And when I do a crystallized reading, it is spot the hell on. This is more like energy in like overall, this is what's happening, because each of your granular situations have different variables. But I do want to confirm that this brand new opportunity is going to rectify, and it's from the divine. If, again, you don't know me, this is my most spiritual card in the whole deck for me, the Six of Swords. I keep hearing moving trucks. The Six of Swords is taking you from one area of rough water, grind, gotta make the donuts, into creation, into peace, into calm, into sitting with a Mai Tai, and I don't drink, but you know what I mean. Sitting back, enjoying, whatever you do in moderation on the beach without fear or worry, pushing you to become deserving, financially wealthy. This is somebody who sees your hard work and effort and wants to partner with you, whether it be in a relationship that you overgave to and somebody's giving you your props and your recognition now, or if somebody is recognizing your worth. It could be both, believe it or not, in your work life. You're conservative, you're holding back. Somebody else is super fearful too, afraid of rejection. It feels very much like rejection, but they're going to overgive, and you've been overgiving right there. Because of this, you poured in the work, you've already done the work, and somebody is going to give you the abundance and the wealth coming forward. There's that Empress. You might be dealing, again, with any of the Pentacles, Capricorn, Virgo. I kind of pick up on Scorpio, Cancer. That's how they see you. That's how they want. It feels almost like they had evolved or seen you evolve, seen the work you've done, and they want to give you, they want to partner with you. They are challenged. They also feel like you're protecting your energy, and they might feel like you have a lot of competition for this Four of Wands to the Sun. There might be other people, Chariot, water sign again, bottom of the deck, Queen of Swords, speaking your truth. They're going to come and speak their truth, male or female, it doesn't matter. Just the energy of I just need to find out. Somebody wants to come forward and present and stand on their 10 toes and offer you this opportunity. Could be a Leo again, Cancer on the board, Aries on the board. For their happiness, it feels 10 of Cups, and very because of your positivity, and this is very much happiness. Somebody's fearful that you're moving forward without them. That's what they're trying to defend, is that they might be going through financial burdens. They might need your assistance. Taurus on the board again. And I feel very much like they're thirsty for your abundance, but it's not just financial, it's your entire energy. This is somebody who I think wasn't ready and now is ready, but I think you're kind of beyond this. Somebody was lacking balance, and they're trying to work hard to manage this balance, this toxic behavior. Lovers, oh goodness. Gemini again on the board, Capricorn. You might have Sag, but the overall energy is somebody's trying to manifest and take action to temper their issues, their behavior, I can't show you the card because YouTube has things, but might be their sexuality, trying to discern. High energy. It could be a lust for materialistic, whatever. It's just trying to find balance in all this. They're doing the work. They want to be happy. They see you as the sun. Queen of Wands, Three of Pentacles to the Four of Swords. You're sitting in a restful situation. Sorry, you're going to get a lot of interruptions here. But this feels very much like focused on self, focused on what brings you joy, happiness, peace. Excuse me. You might be meditating, recuperating, retreating. You might be planning a vacation. But somebody wants to lean in harder to learn the work because they missed this opportunity previously due to low self-esteem, due to their own self-sabotage, it feels very much like I need to take the strategy to move forward, and I'm going to come forward. Now, the question I had, again, collective reading, this Seven of Swords could be they're not out of a third party. They're afraid you're going to find out about them being in a previous relationship, Aquarius energy, but also taking the initiative to come forward and try to reconcile. You're going to have to discern this, but they want a new beginning. Fool on the bottom deck with a Knight of Pentacles. Long-standing relationship. Took forever. I always say that's my card, that the Knight of Pentacles is like watching water turn to ice. Took forever, and it's on its way. It's almost like divinely led, because this chapter that you closed, or that you thought you closed, hasn't quite closed. Because it wasn't, the lessons on both ends weren't learned. You might have had a soul contract with this person. You might believe you have some opportunities to grow with this individual and learn some more lessons on a higher level, and have like intimate conversations. This is feeling very deep. I just pulled the Ace of Pentacles, so they're coming in with the Ace of Swords after walking away. I have the High Priestess here to the Star card. Yeah. Hangman to the Eight of Wands to the Two of Cups to the Death card on the bottom of the deck. And that's not where I'm going to leave it. I went through the whole deck. I can't believe it. You are doing better than, even though you may not think you are, you are. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. And you're supposed to be going through this change, this of self-discovery, of change, of everything, just to get recalibrated back on the path you're supposed to be for yourself. God is totally trying to shift you. If he would have just picked you up and moved you previously, I don't think you were done learning the lessons, maybe, and would have sabotaged this. So this is about timing. So maybe you had to get out of something in order to move forward, or be like, show the universe you're completely finished with this last thing so you can move forward in peace and abundance. So heavy reading, y'all. Again, Maria, fourth dimension. If you like this channel, hype it, subscribe, resubscribe. But if you hype it and you leave a comment about hyping it, I'm pulling a couple of names in December for free readings. That's quite a cost savings, especially when you're giving your money for gifts and trees and whatever you're doing. But I super appreciate you. If you want your own private reading and you don't want to take the risk or challenge or chance of getting a free reading, feel free to hit the link below. I have some personal reading time still open. Love and light to each and every one of you. Have a very blessed day, and I thank you so much for following me. Take care.